Well, it's the end of August, and now we just want to do and see a summary of what the garden looks like. The first thing I notice is that the Shasta daisies have all gone. We had an unusual heat spell last week, and so now just at the end of August, I'm cleaning up the Shasta daisies by deadheading them because they are gone for the season. All right, now let's walk around and we'll take a look at the roses. The roses have a new flush of blooms here at the end of August, and there's a few, and they really look pretty. In the spring, you get a heavy concentration of roses, and now here, starting in the fall, we're going to get another big bloom of roses. Really look nice. Three. As we turn around, we see Becky cutting some zinnias for a bouquet. Here at the end of August, there's zinnias that are plants that are taller than Becky. These are state fair, and you can see they're growing 5 feet, 6 feet tall. In front of her, there's the marigolds. They're here. They've been colorful yellow all season. We have pots of flowers here on the patio. Let's go over to the partially shaded garden, and we'll see begonia there in the front, some coleus plants. This one down by the bird bath is a shamrock I've been growing for several years. I take it inside into the garage in the winter, and it comes back every spring flowering. A couple of pots of New Guinea impatiens, and then vinca. Notice right in the middle of the vinca there's some lavender growing. Prior homeowner had some lavender plants, and I left that there. Okay, along the fence line here we have this beautiful limelight hydrangea. All of these flower heads are on new growth. Next to it is a pinky winky hydrangea. You can see they're started white and now they're turning pink as they grow along. Of interest is the daylilies, which I cut back, and now they're re-blooming. This is a Stella Dora, the type that supposedly continues to bloom. While we're here next to the hydrangea, I noticed these surprise lilies. They're completely gone, the flower part of it. The bloom cycle is they started the first part of August, and by the end of August all the blooms were gone. So I'll cut back the stalk. Then next spring we'll have foliage. The foliage dies back, and a month, 6 weeks later, flowers come out. Here in the middle, false sunflowers. I have to keep deadheading those, but they've been growing all season long. Next to the false sunflowers, nestled right in here behind the daylilies, is a plant called Helen's flowers. They're a very small plant, this particular variety, but we'll see about how it works out this year. And of course behind them are the geraniums. and the obedient plant. Now the obedient plant, it had finished blooming, and I cut it back, and now it's starting to rebloom. So that's very nice. Here in the back of the yard, this is a rose of Sharon. It's in the hibiscus family, one of the types that, of course, comes back every year. And so it's a very hardy type of hibiscus. In the raised garden, we still have the tall marigolds. We have black-eyed Susan. They are starting to kind of die back a little bit, but hopefully they'll last another couple of weeks. The phlox are still blooming. Now let's walk over and look at the elephant ear. The elephant ear plant has been a big surprise to me this year. It's the first year I've tried to plant an elephant ear, and we just put it in pots. There's a couple of pots here, and you can see that you get these huge leaves out of this. Once the weather turns cold, though, I'm going to have to cut it back and take the tubers back into the garage, because they will not tolerate any kind of cold weather. But so far, very nice plant. They're deer resistant and they're rabbit resistant. So what's not to like? So that's it for my tour of the backyard garden here at the end of August. There's been a little heat stress on the plants. We have to keep watering them. It's been very hot. Some of the plants are a little bedraggled, but it's a nice time of the year because I know cool weather is coming. And some of these plants, like the zinnias, are at their highest and max. So if you enjoy this channel, please subscribe, and we'll see you next time.